Yeah, the best German player around, and you know, it's just always really a feast to see the filler remaining in this 5th edition of the UK Open 9-ball championships. Made the 1-ball in the side. Really a tester. If he can get this one down, spin his cue ball to the left side of the table for the red 3. Nice pop. Niklas takes this break. He just made the 1-ball and got a shot on the 2-ball. Could do that again. But yeah, with any kind of player, if you're on the TV table, that first you have to work that little bit harder to take this opportunity, and then you're kind of settling in, right?
On an occasion like this.
Yeah, and just a little bit more of a nicer welcome because you're both German, I would imagine. A little bit too much angle.
Small there. I think it was a nervous one.
Yeah, wearing the Hanoi Open shirt, so that tells us he took part in the Hanoi Open.
Had a shot at the 2, but it needed a good shot. And he's run it out from there. When you can't start better than that. Leads Roman Hibbler 5-2. Back to this. He's made the 1 in the side again. And this is an impressive start to the match all round.
Wow. I mean, nice stroke.
You have to say, Rico, it's not like everything's been sitting there nicely for him.
Playing pool now. Mr. Dohr, maybe not the most impressive to me looking, but this 9-ball game on these brand new cloths, you need a compact.
I think in any cue sport, having a compact technique is the little head tilt that he has when he's down on the shot. Well, how many players? But Niklas Dohr has done it, and Joshua Filler over Dennis Graber.
Okay. This break not executed. Yeah, and that wasn't easy to do, and the reason why is the cue ball so close. Ooh, overcut it, overcut it. Niklas will be back with his first 2 balls unmissed.
Not the first time Dohr has been at this last 64 stage of in Sarajevo a couple of months ago before losing to Robbie Capito.
Wow, I didn't know he had so many scalps. It's too narrow of a path, so he might choose to play the 6 elsewhere. Well, we are about 10 minutes into this match.
Front, he can just disappear out of sight very quickly. You've got to try to frustrate him early on, and that is exactly what Niklas Dohr is doing at the moment.
There might be a comeback on for Thorsten Homan. Yeah, back to making the 1. Check this out. Going for the attack, but with the safety in mind.
Nigel Smith.
So if Niklas keeps winning the games, hypothetically, when there's been to widen the angle, could make the 3 here. Or could do that.
Of Ukraine, and Kachi will now play Sanyam Pelovanovic in the last 32 this evening.
A lot of good matches coming up, including this current one. All right, finally he misses one.
Yeah, and we always say it, don't we, when
3-9 incoming.
3-9 combination getting Joshua Filler on the board. Niklas Dohr's lead is caught. Yeah, they were at the finals night of the Premier League darts.
2-3 combination coming up. Wants to keep the 2-ball over the pocket. Minutes of Niklas leading 3-0. All of a sudden, his lead cut short to only being 1 rack ahead. Foreseen. I also was asking Joshua, because Joshua knows bridge, which he's so expertly displaying currently, and Joshua, one of the few players that more often than not plays a genius game.
You know, when you said there 70 seconds, seemed like a relatively short.
On the shot and see the putting line so clearly, so quickly, they would be at an advantage. But like many sports, you know, easier on the eye than others, and Joshua being one that looks easy on the eye, all right.
Couple of racks in a row.
Building. Ooh, textbook scratch though. Hitting the one ball at the left rail, and then the spin, and this was okay. Came off the 9. Okay. Yeah. Would like to probably get closer to that 5-9 combination, but even if he keeps his cue ball, 2 days later you see him in the semis playing super strong.
Hang on a minute, wasn't the second pick meant to be an outsider?
To make this 5-9 now with a correct swerve. Yeah, that is an opportunity squandered right there. Of course, you don't want to snooker yourself behind either of those. But that, okay, the draw works.
11-8 by Mario He. Now, Torsten Homan there in play on table 4.
Easy, but he might be thinking it's impossible to cut this in from. I mean, the 8 ball might even be touching the rail there. I think it's available. But then, like I said, the cue ball is going to be traveling away from the 9 ball as we see Josh things up.
Yeah, Dohr was so impressive early on. He's made a couple of mistakes since then, though, and Joshua Filler, perhaps it explains why he's done it for a relatively comfortable win. Elliot Sanderson through 10-4. He's in the last.
Thought the alarm went off. Nice shot by Joshua. Perfect line here for this 3-4 combo. Okay. I mean, hard to predict where that.
Regarded as the greatest of all time. I was just dead calm. So maybe Elliot would be the same.
Yeah, that's true. Good safety by Joshua.
Bro, since.
That's pretty good. And he has a chance to lay that cue ball, hide it behind green-brown at least. Or maybe just a brown. Could make it here, bottom right. Well, impossible for us to see, but now seeing the 3. There you have it. Yep. Joshua wants to send 3 ball to the 9. Cue ball behind the 8. Far over. And another jump shot incoming. Oh, he executed that pretty quickly. He might be playing for a bank shot position here.
Yeah.
To the middle of the top rail. Cue ball back down here. Yeah, a bit of patience needed for Joshua. Okay, what started off in America with Jose Parica and Efren Reyes and Francisco Bustamante. I mean, I think I saw it. Although then, always we end up without a Polish winner at the end of the tournament.
You look at all the Poles who've come through in more recent times, and it is surprising we haven't seen one win a big event yet. Mieszko Fortunski, of course, got Joshua Filler levels. The narrative you would think from there would be that Filler would take control of proceedings, but Dohr. Yeah, that's impressive, you know, when the last few racks haven't gone his way. And he Niklas Dohr does regain the lead over Joshua Filler.
Yeah, so nice to see a content Elliot Sanderson, but being so honest, right, about the table. It's all you, and so that means you take all the glory, but if something of an opportunity goes amiss, hang on for the next few games, because of course so often with these matches we kind of
they had been all through the week, and suddenly when he found it a bit harder, he as I say, got quite frustrated and ended up losing the match.
This 3-ball position, beautiful. Now the 5 ball a bit of a challenge. He wanted to run out this rack in rotation.
And Niklas Dohr is multiple.
So important to make that one ball on the break. Two ball is going to be the ball club.
Did you feel he was down on that a long time?
To this cue ball, so it goes up but a little bit to the right. See, and then come back up. That's a beautiful tempo right there. As long as cue ball underneath to the right of the 6 ball. Oh, maybe not. Forced the angle for the 6 in the same pocket.
So just the last big rack potentially this one. And it gets Filler back to only 1 behind. Niklas Dohr's lead. And from one player who's won this UK Open before to another one. Let's get over to table 2
players. Joshua to break wants a clean opportunity. Ooh, cue ball travels far down to us. 2 ball going to find itself behind the end of the top rail. Now that gives Niklas potential.
Raced out to a big lead over Nick Chatoupas. Won all of the first 6 racks, got pegged back a couple.
Cue ball control, but the jump shot makes that safety pretty worthless, really, because Niklas was bound to hit this to 30–40% at least.
But he just loves a challenge, doesn't he?
Potter of a ball currently walking this earth. Besides Ronnie, of course. And after game 10, which we are currently playing,
this will be 5 of the last 7 going in his way. If he can get the job finished.
Now you guys might not be able to see this. Of course you're not able to see this, but in our that would drive me crazy.
Well, you know what? Jeremy Jones doesn't even need the screens because he could be sitting up here and he would be able to follow Filler in this rack, and there was plenty of it. He will have the most straightforward of 9 balls into the side. But has had the better of it since then. Joshua Filler level with Niklas Dohr. Well, I'm still living off the glory of picking Labutus in Hanoi. I think that keeps me going for a year or 2.
Oh, chance passed. Nicholas. And as Michael was saying already, almost down to our final.
Yeah, 2 players who've both had a very deep run in a matchroom event.
Oh, very maybe small area for positional success. Ooh. Joshua, 2 misses in a row, breaking and running the first 2, but this hard to get your cue ball. Ooh, that's a nice shot. Had to stun the cue ball, although a bit too much. Looks like that what he's trying, or behind the 9. That's pretty nice. Wants the 7 to come. Perfect contact. Nice.
Table 2 against Fabio Rizzi, the French player who's made a name for himself this week. Again, it underlines what I was saying.
Rail first, I believe. Nice. Now needs that spin to take. Okay, maybe not. What is he trying here? Maybe, okay, send the 8 halfway up table. That's good speed. Nice speed by Joshua. Not able to not hit the 8. If he comes off the bottom rail, he's always going to hit the 8. Nice hit.
Yeah, should be his now, and this will be 6 out of the last. Front. Joshua Filler leads by 6.
Okay. So, ideal position.
Interested spectator in this match, of course, because he plays the winner.
Yeah, as he pointed at the screen.
Winner of the European.
Yeah, I think pool, kind of like golf, right? World 9-ball Tour Major. There are like 30 players that could walk away with the title. 10 for a place among the best 32 here in Brentwood.
4 in a row.
Needs to offer Niklas something. Cannot just completely snooker him. Okay, played the bank.
More of a battle in this round. Might actually serve him well, assuming, of course, he gets through it. For a place in the last 16. They're level at 4-all at the moment in their match. Back to this one.
Ooh, nice cut and a nice little... Yeah, so important, right? I mean, he's still very much in this match. Yeah, good one, and I think, you know, for longer than we may be expecting.
Surprise package. And then the blink of an eye, they're both out of the tournament. So,
wow.
Sorry for doing that to you guys. But you've,
Okay, all right.
you've stolen my thunder
I know,
on
I'm
that.
sorry, I really...
Okay,
But
so not at all here from Niklas Dohr. He's standing up to the challenge, and he's probably going to get back to only one. So great credit to him. He's got this simple 9 into the side. Close to 7-6. As you say, still right in this at 7-6 down, and he's made the 1 in the side.
He's going to try to drift the 2-ball towards us. Ooh, that looked a little bit there. That's a fairly standard safety, but we'll leave Niklas to go. From our Sweet 16 remaining players that we will know the identity of after tonight's matches, to here trying to get this into a 6-8 lead. Yeah, tomorrow's Sweet 16 being whittled down. I think it so often happens, Michael, that we may then see, like last night, an amazing comeback by Robbie Capito.
In fact, it looks as though the Finn is about to lead 6-4.
Yeah, and Poole, like I've said before during this week, played great. I mean, it's beautiful, really beautiful kind of confidence. It's not arrogance.
Of course, he's got the goods to back it up.
Yeah, because I guess there's a small difference in sometimes we think he's playing fantastic, most likely.
He's playing pretty well now, and this looks... Okay, so you're up to date on all the... And as Filler goes 8-6 in front, 2 racks away.
1 ball straight into the side as intended, and that 2-ball in the face. That's how he can keep position on the red 3. Bank the 2 in the right side. Oh, but what about that cue ball?
Opportunity for Dohr to keep himself right in this and get back to only 1 behind. He's just not going away at all.
He knew he was gonna. He knew exactly where he wanted to hit that 2-ball, and that would have been a possibility.
Saw there how far up the...
Yeah, that works out nice. And now he's going to play. Now that can, in 10 minutes time, you know, we might be looking at a 9-8 lead for Niklas. Who knows? But you, Niklas with some or a lot to achieve. Joshua with a mere favorites tag.
Smoothly done, nicely on the 9.
Joshua in the back there.
Niklas Dohr still very much in this.
Trying to make yellow ball left side pocket. That worked. Now track the cue ball in the blue. Oh, that's going to be make it and see what he gets on the 3. Ooh, that was quite a miss, but look at this cue ball. Beautifully tucked up behind the 8. Good hit. Hard to separate the 2 balls though, they were both. And that, yeah, that could work.
Well, here we go. What an opportunity for Dohr. And he has an opportunity to get to 8 all.
A little bit having made the 1 ball, I mean, the vast majority of the time. When does he become favorite, Michael? To now, he's shown us very much some German efficiency.
Done a great deal more already. If he keeps playing like this, whatever the outcome today, he's going to have great.
I mean, it might look pretty peaceful, but inside he is kicking himself. But look at this, severely overdrawn. Oh, neither. And that split the 8 to the left rail. Cue ball maybe behind the 9. Yeah, so that really containing center of the top rail. Pretty good. Important, such an important shot. 2 rail bank. Could still go in. Won't.
Yeah, but it'll bounce far enough and he won't leave it on.
Double kiss. Well, that might not be too bad. Ooh.
So it proves a step too far even for him.
Position on the 9.
Yeah, he's gone for it. Didn't leave anything easy. But Dohr has stood up to the challenge. And is still right in.
Nicely played, just don't get hooked behind that 4 ball. Yeah, and this is the game, right? Sometimes you break the ball. That's what he's going for. Don't roll too long now. Let's play safe, I think. Yeah. Ooh. Severe stretch. He's going to hold the cue ball behind brown 7. Ooh, that's not good enough. Judging from this match. Nice.
How often have we seen him come with the... He's going to be now. But regains the lead at 9-8 and will be breaking on the hill. Bingham at 3 all. Back here. Is this... Oh, I was about to say, is this going to be another one of those matches this week? Because we've seen, I think...
Oh, the 8 ball.
Ooh. Looking to finally get the job done.
Okay, one more test.
Oh!
That's unbelievable in this type of moment. Oh. Might still get away with it. He may also not.
And that was... So the dream looks to be over. On his way to a 3-0 lead. Got pegged back to 3 all. But managed to recover from that to lead again at 5-3. Yes, and he had one really bad miss, but it didn't even end up costing him in the end. Niklas Dohr, though, will have no further part to... It's been so much closer than we ever would have anticipated, but in the end, we've got the out.